down into it. There you have it.
But he found Mafioso, he's got the flash. Gabriel as well. Noki, no! How can you do it to him? They won.
Maybe वो jump. दे. Shot. Shot.
Very, very good
Shit.
catch.
Lovely.
Control they've had.
चल साइरेक्स कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया पहला किला आराम से. अरे यार हेनरी आराम से हेनरी. दबा नहीं आराम से. अरे जॉट ये ओ क्या पास है फ्लैश बच जाए. अपनी कैजुअलिटी एक भी नहीं हुई. नॉक 2 है शायद. आराम से दो नॉक आराम से 1v2 चिल. आराम से रिवाइव भी दे सकता है. आराम से टाइम बाय कर भाई.
Get Henry back on his feet. Got the elevated fight. Wide swing out on the corner. Drop down into it. And there you have it.
भाई आर्यन शेर कॉन्फिडेंस बेबी का 1v1 लेने गया बे.
On that one is
Starting with AxTMG. Nongshim Red Force. Split into 3 groups, red, green and yellow, each playing on 2 of the 3 days. By the end of it, the top 8 teams storm into the grand finals, while the bottom 16 head into the survival stage for one last chance to stay in the game.
ballistic in the crowd last year whenever they'd see Al Haji played so far. Looking to close the gap with DBS, but the quick burst back over, looking pretty good actually. These trades though, so messy. Either side taking heavy hits, looking to see if they can convert. DBS just spamming out the shots. Need to play medic, get Henry back on his feet. Got the elevated fight, wide swing out on the corner, drop down into it. And there you have it. Come out on top in the end, being able to shut down the Red Force.
Comes through again, 6 elims on the match.
Yo, honestly, you've got to give him props. Vision looking really crisp right now. That was a beautiful name. Great timing on it. Ooh, hang on. Going to be able to get the full commit onto this though. Looking for a window, obviously wanted to get the pick back up, couldn't do it. Zahora out on the adjustment there. Great work from Vision. Topping right now on the elim points. That's 8 that they're rocking with.
It's a really, really nice start. And Sandhawk is particularly good for this, Jackie, where you're able to get a big lead at the start of the day just because it encourages one team to take control of the match. That was a nice step out from Borazin, honestly. But Devotee, the reaction speeds on that were insane.
It's a good setup for his teammate as well, the way they've read it. You play off the back of the nade into the peaks, you've got to force them into the fight. It's a good engagement actually, like impressive stuff. They've been playing a relatively passive game rather than the hot drop that we saw to start off with, but rotations have been all right. The teamwork looked pretty good. Rough on the move here though. Limited cover to work with and influence Rage. They take the peak up and do get the shot back over.
If you're quite honest, like it has been hard for them. There hasn't been too many areas to jump in. I mean, Arian will get ahead here. Well, it's Cyrax.
It's the easy cam. Oh, hey,
that's take out influence.
He's literally had the backline this whole time, by the way. He's been slowly making his move in, right? He's rocked up, found influence Rage, and made the play. Oh, easy.
Fair play.
2 elim points. Can't actually turn your nose up at that blank.
No, you can't.
Let's see if he does any more. I'm rooting for him. Oh, footsteps heard.
Yeah.
Nah, he's not joking around.
Hey, I mean, he outlived 4 thrives, though, so...
It's really not that bad, considering...
An absolute galactic performance from them. Irina goes down. Iron goes down as well. That's the Yangon Galacticos. Another tag on, which takes them up to 14 elims on the first map of the day. Beautiful stuff.
Over the top, nade straight onto him as well. So Vision, it's getting risky. And that's DRX with the damage being dealt. Volt suddenly clambering to pick this one back up. Meanwhile, you've got DRX from the sideline with his own pushing in, nipping at their heels. They've got to be forced further forward. The nades blank with how closely grouped they are. One right on target would finish them.
What are you doing? They drove their own teammates into the barrage of nades. Smile goes down and Team Falcons now looking for the finish. But it was clean from DRX. Now looking to get all their players back.
And Hyun Bin tries to unleash. That's one clean connection back on a round. Koa low on HP. DRX dealing damage right now as the elims are racking up. In a position to close it and grab themselves a chicken dinner on the first game with the shots raining true. It's all on Redox. We need to be a clutch from the back line and that's not going to happen. DRX
That would be the guy. That's what we're watching here. So, the Van Damme split.
Van Damme split, you're not wrong. Oh, okay, so obviously we were alluding to this a little bit. We were setting up the fact that Power could have had a bit of a drop on the Weibo, but it's not what we've seen. Instead, it's Influence, Rage that are here, actually getting a bit of their own back for Easy, who had the flank in the first map. Obviously being able to instantly get the damage out. Al-Haji, not ideal. A big man for the team, but not able to deliver on that first encounter. For Dan as well, you have eaten that nade.
Ooh. But hey, Dan, just down.
Trying to bait on a peak. Wild spray of bullets, but teamwork's there for the close quarters engagement. It's not ideal. And again, literally the same story, bro. This is the worst outcome, right? Just Easy left alone as the solo, if he even makes it out. But everyone's gunning for him. Want to confirm the full wipe on the squad. That'd be Power Gaming going down as effectively the first full knock in both of the maps. Elevated angle over the top. They're going to dive onto him. Will eventually clean up. Took a bit of time to find it, but Easy's gone. You can
Is that getting walloped from the sidelines? Oh, a problematic smoke there. Dissipates. And his eyebrows raise and are visible to E Arena. Falcons somehow make their way in front of AX here, which is nice, and obviously take out the opposition. But what a disgusting circle this is. All lake, all field. Fireflux currently holding down towards Vision and 4th Drive, so even if one of those teams gets away with their life, they're still going to have to deal with shots coming through. But Vision actually able to sneak on past using that ridgeline on the west towards the roadside to make that happen.
nade after nade. It's good damage. AX being able to find opportunities to fight on their terms in both matchups we've seen today. Going for the full crash as well, the Rhino maneuver with the vehicles over the top side, hitting heavy onto the Falcons. Now Valo at least with the reply back, good for one.
No.
The nade on top of the team. Oh, Henry goes down and so do the Falcons. Oh mate, feels like no one really wins there.
To be honest, I think that should have been an AX just wiping out Valo. Plays a risky game, drops a nade at his feet, finds two on the knocks. Somehow it happens, Team Secret, Little Boy will go down, that's Jaiki. Secret, the lucky thing for them is that they have a lot of hard cover in front of them than those rocks, as well as the tree line. This is wild from 4th Rise, but they knew where Ketch was, and they're just looking for 3rd place. It's a smart maneuver, they're going to confirm points. I actually like a team that does that, that takes it into their own. What?
Okay, goodbye Team Secret. That's how that goes, mate. The damage over the top with an aid and the absolute aggression from Alpha 7 that throws us back into a head-to-head 1 versus 2. Revo looking to let it rip on the shots over the top, and there you go. Alpha 7, your reigning champions. They might have struggled on the first. Here you go down relatively early, 3rd squad to exit stage left. They did a massive cool-off as well. Over on the side of Yangon Galacticus, considering how impactful they were with that opening game. But let's dial in here with Alpha 7. Mafioso, clean connection over the top side. Wow. AX giving as good as they get, and fair play to them. It's actually been impressive how good they've looked in terms of the amount of pressure that must be on this squad. You've got to deliver. Full commit on this. Push up with the DBS. Oh, it's clean for the first, but the fight back with the moves. Revo starting to really bring the heat towards them. You've got nades running in from the side as well. Alpha 7 with a lot of targets on them.
Revo canonically touted as the best shotgun player in the entire world. Hard to deal with him when he's flying through the air, gliding on the back of those wings, the DBS. Only taking shots over towards you, but it's 4th Rise, the backstab, and Alpha 7 was stuck between a rock and a hard place there. Noki once again playing anchor down towards that south side. I think honestly 4th Rise have a very, very good position here in the circle. And Balak with 4 elims so far during this game. I do think they have a good chance here, and now taking away 1st place spot. Nepturo unfortunately mistaken on that call, but this is a big push coming through from Horror. And where is Silas?
Where is he indeed? Horror as well, just getting away with absolute liberties at the minute. They're going for some big commits. They're actually completely flipping it on its head of saying, oh, you're kind of playing this passive game where then you suddenly throw the heat up. The tempo control's really good for them. They're keeping the other squads guessing. Been great fights. They're starting to find themselves opportunities for eliminations. And again, like you were saying, as much as this is great for 4 Thrives, you've already been able to build up some points. Rest of the squads that in the overall advanced somewhat. Horror, of course, with those 2 players, like we said, still could have influence. The quick trades are made. 1 shot back over 4 Thrives, taking issues. Shin go down. Falak with the quick shot back over. That's No Fear out of action. And Law still just belly crawling further forward. I mean, look at the split here. A chance for at least a sneak into that 2nd place.
He had the 1 nade and the 1 Molotov, so could have actually efficiently cleared out 4 Thrives, but 12 eliminations, now looking for the 10-point. Bobs up just as he gets res there, and that could have been absolutely treacherous for them. And now nade's getting sent over the top, and it's unbelievably placed. Coming through from 4 Thrives, taking them to a 24-point game.
Massive scene.
He'll be a solo, wreaking havoc on the remaining rosters. Falcons moving in as, of course, Vision now wants to take on the Falcons. Let's see how it unfolds.
A double roll-up again as teams start to move. This is what hard shifts bring. Action left and right. Redox on the inside goes down first. The pump action from Never Alone and the flush as well. So Falcons fighting with 3. Narvalo wins the trade. The pump action winning the day and a 2nd as well. Koa's there for the backup. There's a nade. It doesn't sit. And Narvalo can now look for this healing on the northeast side. Ora are nearby, and it looks like they're going to roll in for the fight.
There it goes. Hey, Order wants this. They need it. Points so valuable to catch up. They're already in top 3, but they want a little bit more. Vision taking damage on the stairway, but don't worry, because you got Narvalo from the Falcons who's been holding it down, and you mentioned Horror. Well, here they are. Sleepy, No Fear, starting to take the house opposite of Team Falcons. We've now lost a roster, and all attention on Falcons versus Horror now.
Massive pickup on the back line of Horror as well, meaning they're 2 players on the inside. Losing that off angle is huge. It draws the attention out that way, and a knock on the forefront as well. Falcons are splitting the difference here on the fight beautifully, as they will look for more.
Narvalo, I mean, he has just been doing quite literally everything. All eyes on him. The tip of the spear for this roster to take down Sleepy and No Fear. Ralph also moving in as well. You gotta think they've got a power position. That stairway is always hard to push up, though. It's gonna be a choke point, and you know dang well Horror's gonna be looking straight down it.
Immediately finding these flushes as well. They beautifully split the attention. An off angle, a 3rd party coming through from Power as they sweep through the back line, and it is going to be turning tail and running the story for Horror now. We didn't really talk about it too much with all the fighting going on, but the circle shift was another hard southwest side shift, which means that Falcons had to move fast and early. Unfortunately, they weren't in the best of shapes to do it, as Horror do finally bite the dust. It means that Falcons are going to have to crash in a suboptimal situation to the north side. Same story going to be true for Power, as they have now wasted a little bit of time, I think it's safe to say, on this northeast side.
So Falak, he's going to be the scout, kind of breaking away from 4 Thrives, who are going to be just up to the northeast of where he's currently at, and maybe calling out Solus, who I believe is down, if I'm not mistaken. We do have a bit of a crash, though. Falcons continuing to get into engagements, and this time it doesn't work out.
Regnum Kai are the ones to receive that in the ditch, in the divot. It's going to go down for the Falcons, and I don't think that their lone player is going to get to, hang on a minute, take it back, Koa with a drive-by onto Romeo. The hill, they create sightline channels that they can play through. There's a res coming through for Waybor, and they do manage to get 3 players back up in an action, but Scissors forward now. 33 spotted, gets the knock. Is there an answer? Order looks for it, and they do find the challenge that they were looking for. Hurt is there as well, looking for that backup. In a 3 versus 2 though, DRX still have the numbers.
DRX has the numbers, but do they have the wherewithal to figure out where Weibo is going to be up to? It seems like the forces are falling, and I think this is finally going to be the end, albeit a miracle play. DRX closing the vice grip, pushing forward. Weibo falls, and it will in fact be DRX taking game number 4 on Aragao. Power, they can go north though. They can avoid this entire fight if they choose to do so. E-Arena though, they most likely want to take this, or they could disengage themselves. It's a question of what they want, but for Power to push it on Influence Rage in the fashion they did, good on them. I was talking about their indecisiveness. They finally got active, and it paid off, and look at them. They're still alive. They're they're repairing, and they're moving up. This is what we need for Power to turn the tides around.
They are still only on 3 points on the match.
I don't
though.
care.
The placements aren't quite there. Carrillo with the roll-up. He's been tracking this fight on the mini-map this whole time. AxTMG had tried to do the same thing, right? DRX moved out, who, by the way, are still surviving as a duo.
To do much.
Inside, they are fairly alone, fairly isolated, as the final player from AxTMG gets spotted, and Mafioso won't let that one go.
Over there, but direct Squash ends up throwing a nade over here. The shot's going to ring out, and Benny's going to be exposed. He's going to get taken down. Mafioso finally hits the shot, and now it comes down to a 3v1.
Noki with a chance here for 4 Thrives, but it is a slim one as Alpha 7 look to try and maintain their title towards the top spot. It's a battle for first place, but he found Mafioso. He's got the flash. Carrillo as well. Noki, no! How can you do it to him? They want that first place. Well, you're going to have to prize it from his cold, dead hands. Squash with a chance now, and he's able to close it down. Finally finds it, but my God, what a run they gave him.
Oh my gosh. It's the thorn in the side currently of the roster of 4. No Fear trying to take him out. Finally, Vision as well as AxTMG start to unfold. Henry is down. Bolt swings wide. Takes down yet another member. The cleanups are in, I believe. 1 solo remains. I don't know where that AxTMG roster, or excuse me, it's Aaron. He's going to be off in the distance to the south of Vision. The question is, why was he so far away and not helping his roster? Because based off of what I'm seeing, he had a beautiful off angle, but he had 0 effect.
I think there just wasn't those sightlines available to him. It's really hard to have that impact against someone who's pushing so fast through those tight corridors. You don't know which window you're looking in towards. Could have potentially been played a little bit better, but in the end...
This will be their first opportunity for DRX, though. They won 3 out of the 6 today, and that's going to be a massive drop.
Where's Regnum Kaya in all of this? The opener for DRX is good, but will Regnum Kaya roll over the top? So easy. I think he's dropped down now. Goes down to a nade, and there's more to come as the high ground suddenly becomes a factor. But there's the pressure for the backline of Team Secret as well. A nade, a close range fight coming on through with the shotguns. 2 players for Regnum Kaya, 1 apiece for the 2 contenders here. Down beneath them, Hyunbin charges forwards and DRX are swept aside. Tosh pick a wild now, just have Frankie to deal with, and the backfill works wonders. Silas leads the charge, and the rest of the roster capitalize.
And it's up to Frankie to try and keep the hopes and dreams alive for Team Secret. There maybe is an opportunity. There was almost a clutch in the last game that we ended up watching, but Frankie's got a tall task ahead of him. He's got a player on the off angle, and it won't even happen. And that's going to be a tremendous win for Regnum Kaya, taking their first victory up.
Regards to every different map, and it is 4 Thrives doing just enough to take over that first place at the end of day 1 of PMGC at EWC. And the reason why you're bringing this up too is because it didn't just happen once, Max.